That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to kill the moratorium and the memoriam because Barbie Towers is back. Now you get to see not only what the map looks like, but a quick 5-minute guide on how to actually play it. I know in covering the episode on Into the Fray, which you can see in the link somewhere on the screen pretty shortly, that a lot of this is discovering how you like to play and discovering the puzzle for yourself, much like Sudoku. It's only fun if you're puzzling through it, not if you get an answer in about 5 seconds. But with that, I understand it's frustrating losing immediately. So here we go for a quick 4 to 5 minute guide into Barbie Towers. You get to see the map, and I get to revisit the fun. So you're going to start up in the top left-hand side with 4 workers as soon as the map loads. Come on. There we go. This is your castle. The enemies will be spawning and heading down this path towards there. You don't want them to get to the castle because if they do, they will hit it. And if they hit it hard enough and long enough, you will lose. We're not in favor of losing. So you want to scatter your people out. And here's how you want to spend your first 30 gold. Make a rock at this very particular corner and an arrow tower. Now what we're going to do is this is an AoE tower. It's going to find enemies and hit them in an area of effect and do damage to multiple enemies at once. And this arrow tower we're going to use to pick off any of the stragglers. This guy's down here in case we have to run about, and this guy's up here for much the same reason. So now as the enemies funnel, the only way that this strategy actually works is if you focus fire. Now this is a pretty good thing for you to get into the habit of doing in LittleWarGame anyways. But if you're not doing it there, then do it here. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus in such a way that we want our aim to hit a central unit that's going to impact multiple other units surrounding it. And once we see it's hitting, we will go hit the center unit. Now notice we want to hit this unit because every time the rock hits it, it will hit that and then they will all die. And then we will keep doing this up until we get to 10. Once we get to 10, it's very, very, very important that you maintain the focus fire. But once we get to 10, we're kind of in the goodness. And the reason we're in the goodness is that we want to put another arrow tower down right here. It's very important that we actually hit that because putting that arrow tower down is going to make it possible, ding, for us to get through here, because you see eventually the soldiers do get through and the focus fire definitely helps, but they still get through, and this arrow tower down here is just to pick up the stragglers. Alright, we're at 1 minute 45 and you're not going to lose to the first round, so while this is waiting, let's go through what would happen if we didn't do that. If we didn't do that, eventually the units filter down through here, through this path right here, down the yellow brick road that's actually brown. They get to the castle and they hit it. Now every time that they hit that castle, they take some damage, so they end up dying. Now this doesn't mean that you have lives in the traditional sense, but it does mean you can't afford to get hit on forever. And don't get me wrong, no one wants to be hit on forever. Come on, you want some commitment. And the game will commit to killing you. Once we get to our next 20, we're going to want to put down another rock tower, F. And the reason for this is because there are going to be waves of wolves that are coming in pretty shortly. And we want to have 2 or 3 of those set up because all of those wolves, dogs in this version, when they come through, give us quite a bit of money. And money is good because it's the engine that lets things happen. So, up for the money, you know? Up for the money. We don't really need any more arrow towers at this time, and I don't think it's actually going to get to that point for the 5 minutes. We're almost at 3 minutes. At 3 minutes, some interesting things start happening. Not only do dogs come out, which are waves of fast, quick-moving units, but also I believe Boss B spawns. And Boss B has 65 health, whereas each of these units here has 8. So you can see that that's a bit of a concern. But we are going to go ahead and put down another rock, because having those 3 rocks is very important for guarding against the dog wave that happens at around 320 to 335. If we look up, can we see any special units? No, we can't, but that is okay. There's almost no risk of these units getting through to this point right now. This is just insurance for the next wave, and you really just want to collect on some gold. Why didn't we upgrade, you think, to a stone tower level 2? Well, that costs 30 gold, but building a new one costs 20. So for this particular stage in the game, it's actually best for us to just build another set of 20. Why didn't we put it here on the corner? Because the area of effect for this rock is roughly here. And if we put it here, then it won't loop back around quite as much. So we're going to put down one more rock tower. Pretty soon bosses and such are going to show up, and we're going to want to upgrade a tower, one of these, as soon as we get the opportunity, because they're going to get increased damage and increased rate of fire. And there are the dogs as promised. Hopefully we kill them. If we don't, we're going to move some guys right here. Killing all these guys for the money is really, really important. But look at all the dogs going down. And that's actually one of the first places where you can lose a lot of health in your castle, is that area right there. We're going to use that money to go ahead and upgrade these to Arrow Tower level 2. We're almost now at the 5-minute mark. And that's the boss right there, boss say. 90 health, not 65, but as you can see, we have nothing to worry from everything else, at least not for now. These enemies are going to go from 8 hit points to 28 total hit points, so it's really important that we murder things dead. But look, with this solid base defense, we're getting to 5 minutes, and we're making it look easy. We're going to upgrade here, and our next upgrade, just as a quick cheat before we stop at 5 minutes, is going to be to upgrade these stone towers to stone tower level 2, as not only do those bosses come through, but another wave of fast dogs. Well, that's the 5-minute cheat sheet for you on Barbie Towers, which is back from the dead, and I encourage you to play it. Go have fun.